Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with another trigger warning. This trigger warning is in regards to the pursuit of happiness. Yesterday I was watching The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith and his son Jaden Smith with that. And I was thinking about also how even with things that's going on with the election as well, of how what's going on with that has helped us to really truly understand what it is to be patiently waiting for something that we truly want. I liked how President-elect Biden kept on telling a lot that were waiting for the results, whether you're for him or not for him, was saying just wait patiently. We are going to get the results soon. And so we know undoubtedly that, whatever it is, it's going to be pretty much working in our favor. That was for those of you all that may have been in, for President-elect Biden to win. And I watched also the movie with him as Michael Darden, who was the self-made millionaire that started off, he was homeless, and then he found himself on the streets with his son, living practically in the subway, in homeless shelters, by still trying to, again, be a financial broker for a company that was really taking him on as an internship. He thought was going to be paid, but he was not being paid for the job, and he still had to find ways in which to stay afloat with some things of him doing some sales, things on his own, and still study, still wanting to again pursue to be this broker. He went through a lot of trials and tribulations in there, getting kicked out of the hotel, trying to do the job, and then at the same time fight his place and wait for him to be in the homeless shelters, because we know that at the homeless shelters, they have like a certain amount that can be in there, and a lot of times he had to do his work in at a certain time and be there in line before 5, before they start, when they open it up, and then it's a certain amount they can get in there, and after that they say close, and you got to find your way, which is live on the street or whatever like that. Beautiful ways in which he had tried to help his son to stay afloat, not really succumb to the things that was going on, as he created and turned it into an adventure for him and his son. At one time, but they were staying in the bathroom, and that was one of the tear-jerking scenes there where he cried and he tried to protect the son while he's sleeping, and the person trying to get into the subway bathroom stall, and he's like, this is really the lowest of low. I'm living in the bathroom, and I'm trying to protect my child at the same time. So fast forward, he had a lot of trials, tribulations, things of that. He's trying to get the machine that he's working that he's going to be able to sell to one of the doctors, which he's going to get big money for. He did finally get that to work, but he had to keep on doing with that. He had to buy things with stuff that he had in order for him, the little amount of dollars that he had left. And then he found himself using that to be able to buy parts for it to get to work. And he did eventually get it working, and they stayed in the hotel room. Him and his son that night. He's like, nah, we're going to stay in a hotel room. So they did. And then this followed by his boss wanted to borrow $5 from him. And that was his last, like he said, my last $2, not gonna do. So he ended up doing that. He wasn't going to the casino, but he was like, damn. So he gave the $5 to the boss, because he's like, it look bad. He's like, well, you stay right there. I'm going to run up there, go get the $5 for you. He's like, nah, I need the money now. That don't make no sense. Tax care here, I got to go. And so then he gave him his last $5. He's like, okay, now, how I'm going to feed my child with this? I'm not going to see him. And he didn't let anybody know he was homeless. And you know how he's gonna do that. So he sat there, he didn't eat, he studied, he let his child, you know, eat, and he's like, you know, eat the pizza and everything like that. And took the test for him to become a broker. He was always upbeat, still on time, whatever like that. And so here we come towards the end. This is spoiler alert. If you ain't watched The Pursuit of Happiness, make sure that you do rent that. So here comes the moment. This man that went through all these trials and tribulations to get there to this point. And so then they call him in. He done took the test. The guy on the elevator he took the test. He said, "You finished with the test?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you finished the test, so you got someplace to go." He said, "I finished the test and I got someplace to go." He's like, "Okay." So he got to talking. So Michael, Will Smith's character started talking about it. He said, "Yeah, I took the test." He said, "Well, how did you do on the test?" He said, "Fair, good." He said, "Multiple choice was good, and I did the essay part, and the essay part was good." And so the other man said, "The essay part?" He said, "Yeah, it was at the back of his last part of it." He's like, "Oh my God!" So he hurried up and get off the elevator. Next day he comes back. He's doing his work at his desk, and so then the boss comes in there. What they say, one of the workers come in there and say, "The boss would like to see you now." So he getting up, he got his all stuff on together. So and the boss said, "Oh, you got a shirt on today?" He's like, "Yeah, I got a shirt on today." He said, "I figure I'll wear one." He said, "Well, okay." He said, "Well, make sure you wear one tomorrow too." And he said, "Cause you're hired." Boy, Will Smith sat there, baby. You talk about tear-jerking. Ain't no eye. Talk about my eye sweating. Ain't no eye sweating, but I'm telling you, you see that he played that role, eyes welling up with tears. Like after all of this, this is what it comes down to. This moment where they say we hire you, and he crying. You know, he trying to choke him back, kind of leave him back. He crying and eyes red. And he's like, "Thank you, you know, thank you," thanking all the boss that was in the office. He come down there to that scene that everybody knows in that movie when he go out there onto the street. And you can see him, and we all cheering with him at the same time. I remember when it came out in the movie theaters a while back there, because I see when all three of us went, Dad, and he was crying too. And he was like, we was clapping like, "Yeah!" He like, yes. I got the job. And so we thinking about that, and then when he did that, I thought about that. I said, "Oh my God, I think that's how we gonna feel as twin flames." That moment when we look or we roll over in the bed and we see them, that when they could appear at our door and say it's over with, I'm awoke and I've came to my senses and I'm with you, or us in that mission, and we finally get that confirmation, and we on mission, and we got that. I see our actual business doing that, and we looking around, and people is hiring. You know, we hiring people for our business, and we got clients, and we like yes. In the pursuit of happiness. How we are to now start thinking about how would it feel. We got these last 3 months here, and it's time for us to kind of really still start now thinking about how we gonna feel crossing that finish line, or how it's gonna feel that moment when we know we've done all that we can, and then it's time for the universe to reward us with the actual thing that we want. How are we going to feel in that moment? And I said we need to, when we're doing it in the pursuit of happiness, we need to get more in touch with that feeling. That good feeling of when we get it, that being on the dates and being also as well as in it and us in mission. To really now, since we said we're getting ready for this new order and this Aquarius age that we're getting into now, to truly look and start feeling, connecting, becoming one with the feeling of we've made it. No more connecting with trying to get there. That's not helping us. But moving us into the age of like really truly saying we've got it. We got this thing here. Because the trials and tribulations, year 2020 has been an interesting year. We just say that at the least. That's the nice. Everybody know when I say interested, that ain't good. I heard the DM speak through me say, that ain't good. No, it's not good. But it's been interesting. But picture, like, again, Will Smith in that movie. What is it setting us up for? It's setting us up for our greatness. For that day when all of the angels and gods come in and say, come on. It's your day. We're hiring you. How about this? How about you be with your twin flame today and every day? How about that? And the day after that. And the day after that. How about you show up like you did today for your mission? And how about you do that tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day forward? How is it that we're going to feel? Start connecting with it. Spirit is telling me that in the pursuit of happiness. We've seen that again also, like I said, with the president-elect Joe Biden again. You know, whether you agree with it or not, this election was trying. This election here, as far as what we had to go through, waiting on the votes, not knowing, I'm seeing myself in his shoes, whether I voted for him or not, what he had to kind of go through in order to get there, and how he still had to persevere and still show a good face towards the end, still be a gentleman and say, hey, just kind of like, let's wait it out. We know at the end it looks good, it looks like we're gonna win it, and again, all we need to do is just wait. All it's gonna do is confirm what we already know. We are the winners. And that's the same thing that we have to do when we're talking about is on this thing that, hey, we are the winners. All we got to do is wait for the confirmation. So in the pursuit of happiness, let's start now lining ourselves up with the very thing that we want to feel when we actually get the thing. That is what Source is telling me, and that's what is pushing me to tell you as well. No longer talking about what ain't, what it can't be, it's not going to be, it's no way it's going to be. But now lining yourself up to believe that, hey, I'm aligning myself up with the very thing that I know that declares me the winner. And all I'm waiting for is just a confirmation. That means that actually that thing showing up in the pursuit of happiness. Because again, that's not just only something that's written in the Constitution, but we know that is our birthright. The pursuit of happiness. Everybody has the right to be happy. Everybody has the right to pursue what makes them happy. Where it goes wrong is how it harms others in the process. And us as divines, we know this. Unless we're dealing with distortedness or being in our karmicness, that's when the train gets off the track. All right, there as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, Namago. Love you.